Well, everybody here on the panel, quickly. Even you, Luca.
He's gone. He's gone.
This 45 degree that you're at the sun, is he gone? Okay.
Yeah, he's gone.
Would that be a hypotenuse of a right angle triangle?
Absolutely.
The 45, yeah.
45, yeah.
The end of
Super confused, man.
We're living on a disk, floating through space, with a tiny sun.
Hey, I'm FTFE, welcome back to the channel that does to stupidity what Dr. Disrespect doesn't realise that he's done to his career, because he's trying to have a comeback. You know what would be great is if big YouTubers could stop turning out to have a proclivity for young kids. That'd be fantastic. And Dr. Disrespect, please realise that you tried to cheat on your wife with a minor. You don't have a career anymore. Go away. Anyway, enough of the YouTube drama, because YouTube is basically just drama nowadays, right? Anyway, hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you're all having a good time. Hello to everyone in the chat, Zoomy Tomato, Rubix, Baba Ali, even Captain Flerf, who is not one of my fans, and says sarcastically that he skips the copious number of adverts inserted into FTFE stream, without realising that I don't control the adverts, YouTube do. Captain Flerfwash is someone that doesn't appear to be a fan of mine and also appears to have an IQ the same as my shoe size. Anyway, today we are going to be having a chat with Eftupworld, someone who's been on the channel a couple of times. Generally the conversations between us are quite nice, so please do not expect a dumpster fire tonight. I mean, I'm sure Joe can start shouting at me if you really get bored. We'll see how it goes, but let's welcome him into the channel. Joe, Eftupworld, hello, how are you, my friend?
I'm pretty good. How are you doing, Craig?
Living the dream. Why don't you say hello to all my fans and haters apparently in the chat?
Hello, haters and fans.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what I am, a fan or a hate. Can you be like a fader or something? Maybe, like
a frenemy. Let's just call you a frenemy.
A frenemy. There you go.
Obviously, Eftupworld here it is a flat earther, and our conversations have kind of reached a stalemate in general. He's not going to change his mind about certain things, and you know, it's cool. But he isn't a Witsit. He isn't an Oakley. He isn't a humongous pile of feces. So I do not mind having nice, decent conversations with him, even if I will get slightly frustrated and he doesn't change his mind. But today there's a specific conversation.
A slight concussion, as happened in the past.
We'll try. We'll see. Yeah.
No, Craig.
So, yeah,
I enjoy talking to you, and I think that when I talk to you, it's you can be a different person, it seems, than when other people can talk to you. I don't know. It seems like
that's because you understand the rule. Other people don't seem
the
to
rule.
Understand
Flat
the
Earth
rule.
is right. You're wrong. I'm just kidding.
That's just a falsehood. But the rule is that I don't decide how conversations go. The person I'm speaking to does.
Yeah.
Like if anyone watched my debate the other day on Modern Day Debate against two dumb people called Ross, I acted like a complete asshole because they did. Once I realised that there was no having a conversation with these people, I just thought, okay, fuck it, let's have some fun.
I think I caught a little bit of that, but I think I ran away from it. There's some that is it Ross, the fellow on the other.
Yeah, well, both of them are called Ross.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But
the
guy
shouty
that
one,
just really excitedly. He's talking really excited, and
yeah, he seemed to have an intimate relationship with his microphone.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a pretty kind of a turnoff when that guy. I don't know. People just yelling at each other. I don't really enjoy watching that.
It's a Rubik's for $2 says, here's your bribe from NASA. You know why. Could you please start sending those through the internal communications? Because people might start noticing. Thank you.
Yeah, and step it up a notch. $2. NASA's getting so much money. I mean,
well, yeah,
they
spend
get so much every day. They get like 80 million a day, don't
I'll tell you what, hookers and blow is not cheap, okay? All those parties they have.
Yeah, $2 ain't going to get you much of that. Rubik's.
Yeah, you're right, Dave. Like Dave Lister in the chat says, I'm reactive rather than proactive. Yeah, that's how I roll.
So, Craig, let's get down to business.
The chat today that we are having about is regarding... It's kind of about the Witsit Professor Dave debate and the video that I made for Simon Dan.
It is about that, yeah.
Yeah, and so in the debate, Dave is showing that, he says that the stars rotate in the north, counterclockwise in the south, clockwise, and Witsit says you don't get it, and you seem to agree with him.
And I can explain it. It's very simple. Very simple, Craig. If I was, I'll make a statement that I think at first will sound false. You'll say, no, that's not true. But then if I was to explain myself, you would probably agree with me. If I said all the stars rotate in one direction, they all go the same direction everywhere. That is a true statement.
Well, no,
and I can explain.
That is a false statement, but please
how is it
go
false?
ahead. Because the stars rotate around Polaris counterclockwise, and they rotate around an area near the Southern Cross clockwise.
Exactly.
If you are standing at the North Pole,
they're all going the same direction.
Yeah, but if you stand at the North Pole and look up, the stars rotate counterclockwise. If you stand at the South Pole and look up, the stars rotate clockwise. That is different.
And if you go anywhere in between, they're all going the same direction. They're all rising in the east and setting in the west.
Yeah, but that's a different thing to the clockwise direction. That's a linear direction, right? Like I explained in the video, right? So Dave gives the analogy of a clock on the ceiling, right?
Which is not good, I don't think. That it's not analogous.
Well,
like Witsit said.
But it is, because I even explained why it's analogous in the video I did for Dan. Imagine that clock on the ceiling, and the hands go outside of they grow outside of the clock, and they just go along your ceiling and down your wall, but they're still connected to that point. It's still rotating around that point.
If you were standing at the North Pole, is that more kind of like what you'd see at the North Pole only? Right?
Well, no, you'd see that anywhere, but obviously the only problem is that the floor in this room is flat, right? The way to make it an exact match would to have this floor be curved, and you stand at angles at the same time, right? But the point is that the stars, even though
when you move
they rise in the east to the west, they still go counterclockwise around Polaris and clockwise.
If you're facing north,
it doesn't matter which way. It doesn't matter which way you face; they still go counterclockwise around Polaris.
It's relative to the direction you're facing. The rotation of the stars is relative to the direction you're facing.
No, it's not. Because they still rotate around Polaris.
Of course.
And they still rotate counterclockwise around Polaris. No matter where you are in the north, even if they're rising in the east and the west, And from your point of view, looking out, they're doing this in front of you, which
Yep.
would kind of look clockwise. If you just kind of look up to where Polaris is, they're still going counterclockwise around Polaris. It's just
Yes.
your angle of standing. But the stars themselves are still rotating counterclockwise around
But they're
Polaris.
all going the same. They're all going the same direction in the north and the south. Can we
Look,
do a screen
okay, there's a
sharing
difference
tonight?
between there's a difference between direction and rotation. Can we agree with that?
Yes.
Right.
But
Okay.
but
So we agree that
there's
the
only
stars
one
rise
rotation,
in the
though.
east and set in the west, right? We agree with
Yeah,
that.
and that's the rotation.
No,
So
that's the direction, not the rotation.
direction. Okay.
Yeah,
But it's also the rotation because they only
no,
go
no,
that
no.
way.
The rotation is what the stars are doing around the central points. And the reason why
Hold on.
Witsit didn't get it... give me one sec. The reason why Witsit was so wrong was because Witsit's analogy was attempting to say that the reason why they rotate different ways in the north and the south is based on the way you're looking. But that's...
Yes.
and then he said about having a bit of glass with someone drawing a circle, but you never go through the glass. And also,
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that.
It's literally based on the
That was a
position
bad-
that you are on the
Kind
Earth.
of a bad analogy,
right?
I think.
Witsit is trying to say that the reason why the stars rotate clockwise around an area near the Southern Cross and counterclockwise around an area around Polaris is because of the direction you're looking. But it's not. There's two separate points of rotation. That's
Yes.
the thing. And that's what
No,
Witsit
that-
wasn't saying. That's what Witsit wasn't getting. He was simply saying that, no, it just depends which way you're looking. They're clockwise around Polaris, but you look a different way and they're counterclockwise. But no, they never go clockwise around Polaris. They always go counterclockwise around Polaris.
Nobody's arguing that. Nobody's
But
arguing.
Witsit
that
was
they-
arguing that. That's the thing.
No, I think you misunderstood what he was arguing. He wasn't arguing that they
No,
go
he
a different
really
direction around
was.
Polaris.
He really was, because he tried... Dave was saying about the fact that there's two different points of rotation. And Witsit's response to that was...
They're the same point of rotation. They're
No,
opposite.
they're not. No, there's two different points of rotation. There's two
The
different
stars
sets
are
of
going
stars.
the same direction around.
No.
them.
The point is, there's two different stars. There's two different points that stars rotate around.
Yes.
There's not
One in the
just one
south,
point of rotation.
one in the north.
There's 2 points of
Listen.
rotation. And Witsit was trying to say that there's just one point of rotation. It just depends which way you're looking.
No, that's not what he was saying.
That's-
Here, let me.
It was what he
can
was
you let
saying.
me-
He even clarified it in his review of his own debate. He clarified that as his stance.
I think you misunderstood him. I do. Can
No,
I
I didn't.
explain?
I checked. Hold on.
Can I
didn't
explain?
misunderstand him. In case I misunderstood, I checked, and I watched
can
the
I explain
entire.
something?
Give me one sec. Give me 1 sec. I watched
Okay.
the entirety of his review of his own debate, where he clarified his position, and his reasoning for the different rotations in the north and the south was, well, just look at the same thing from a different point of view, which completely ignored the fact that there is two separate points of rotation.
No, I think you're assuming that he knows there's 2 points of rotation. He's
No,
right-
again, here's the
Craig,
thing, Joe.
can
I'm
I
not
get a word
assuming
in,
that.
please?
Yeah, but hold on. I'm not assuming that. I checked and watched his review of his stream where
I
he
did too. I did
clarified.
too.
He clarified his position of, no, they just rotate one way,
One
but
direction.
it looks
It's
it depends
true.
on which way you're looking. But
Yes.
no, but he
That's
was
the
saying
truth.
that there's just one point of rotation. That was his entire
No, he's
point.
never said there's 1 point of rotation. I can guarantee you that because he
That
fully
was his
understands
entire
the
point.
same thing I do.
Well, then
What?
if that's the case, then he didn't understand what Dave was saying, because Dave's entire point was there is 2 points of rotation, and they are
Okay,
different.
Can I present kind of some point of view here? Okay, where I see something wrong, and I think there's a lot of people in your chat that will agree with me because it's a very simple thing, and it's something that Dave has said for a long time, and the way he says it is totally wrong. He says that in the northern hemisphere, the stars rotate anti-clockwise,
They
and
do.
in the southern hemisphere, they rotate clockwise.
That's completely true. They do.
No,
in the north.
Here's
right.
another.
Let me respond
Craig,
to that first. Let me respond to that first. It is a fact that in the north, all of the stars
If you
rotate.
face north-
Hold on. Let me finish, please. no matter which
I'm
way
asking
you
have to
face,
face north.
no matter
You have to
which
face
way
north.
you no matter which
Nope.
way you face, the
Not
stars
true.
rotate counterclockwise around Polaris.
Yes.
They don't
if
rotate
you're
anywhere
looking
else.
north.
No, it doesn't
looking
matter
north.
which way you look. Right, I'll bring up something now and show you.
Craig, from your house or my house, if you look north, you'll see Polaris, right? You're in the UK.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
at
If
what,
I look
50
north,
degrees?
I'll
What are
see.
you at?
I'll see
50
Polaris. Right.
degrees?
In fact, like, let me bring up what I'm about to show you, and
What are you
I
at?
can,
50
I can
degrees
literally-
or something?
Give me a second. I'm going to bring up a visual demonstration for you, and we can go through it.
I have stellarium right here too. It's a simple thing, Craig.
Right.
It's
Well, let me bring it up
Okay,
and
go
show
on.
you. Just give me a sec. Okay. Do you see the screen?
I might have to go on in Zoom, or I won't see it in Zoom. will I?
Zoom. Right. Am I showing the right? Let me see. Am I showing you the right thing?
I don't see
right,
it in
there we
Zoom,
go. Let
but-
me give you that. And then
Oh, okay. I might see it. I see it very small, but there we are. Okay.
Yeah. All right. So let's go into Earth. Let's look at the night sky. Let's go where I am, which is up here in Scotland.
What are you at? Like 50 degrees?
Roughly. I'm there, right in
Okay.
Scotland.
I'm
right there.
close to that. I'm
Okay.
at 45 degrees.
Right. And let's get the stars moving. Right. So,
Yes.
We're
Now
looking
turn
north.
around.
let me turn
Turn around
around.
and face south.
And the
You'll
stars
be
are
seeing them go
still,
clockwise.
they're not
What?
going clockwise, they're still rotating around Polaris.
Yes, but that's clockwise if you
That's
face
not
south.
clockwise, that's still counterclockwise around Polaris.
Hold
That's
on,
just
Craig.
rising east to west, but they aren't
Hold
going
on.
counter. They aren't
Where are
going
you facing?
clockwise.
I can't really
They're
see
still
the
going
screen. Where are
clock.
you-
Well, that was south, right? Now,
Okay.
yes, they're rising east to west.
Can we slow? Hold
Right.
on. Can we slow down a second? You're just going all over the place.
Yeah, right. They're
let's be
rising
clear
east
about
to
it.
west, right? But they're
Okay,
going
I can't
counter.
see it at all.
What
Can
do you
you
mean
share
count-
the
I'm showing
screen
it.
bigger or something? All I can see is like a very small square, and I don't know how to. Or I can make it a little bit bigger. There we go. I made it a little bigger.
Let me share you actually.
Can
show
I
the
share
system
my
scope.
screen? I got
Hold
stellarium
on,
right
here we
here.
go. All right. Do you see it? Do you see the solar system scope now?
Not or hold on a minute.
I'm sharing the whole.
Okay,
screen
I can
for
see
you.
it now. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So, right.
Do you,
so these
you
stars.
see them going
right-
clockwise.
No, they're still
going
going
clockwise.
They're not going clockwise. They're going east to
Yes,
west.
they are.
Joe,
Yes, they're going east to west, but it's an arc.
But-
It's clockwise.
no, it's the arc is just because of the angle you were looking, but they're still going counterclockwise. Look, if we just look up to where Polaris is, and they're
Hold-
still
hold
going
on.
clockwise.
Craig, you're going all over the place.
No, I'm not.
Hold on.
All I did. Right, hold on. No, you hold on and give me a second. Right. All we need to do is look up to where Polaris is. All of the stars are still going counterclockwise
looking all over the
around
place.
Polaris.
I don't see anything.
Here's Polaris.
I don't see anything.
What do you mean you don't see anything? I'm
Zoom
being
out, then.
being very.
Zoom out.
What do you mean zoom out? I'm showing you where
Of
Polaris
course,
is.
the stars go around Polaris.
Yeah.
But we see them from the ground, Craig.
All we have
we
to
see
do,
them
right?
from the ground.
It's not going clockwise though. This is still rotating counterclockwise around Polaris. All
If
it's
you
doing
do
is
star
rising. No,
trails
hold on.
from the-
All it's doing is
Okay.
rising east to west. It's not rotating around a point down here. It's rotating
It
around
is-
this
it's-
point.
It's rotating around the southern axis, Craig.
No, this is not rotating around the southern axis. This is rotating
When you
around
face
Polaris.
south, when you face south,
They are no. You can't see the southern axis. These stars
you can't
are
see it,
rotating,
but it's going
Joe,
around
Joe,
it.
listen. These stars are rotating around Polaris.
okay, let me share a screen and do a much better presentation than you're doing.
No,
okay,
Joe. Joe, hold
You're
on.
kind of all
I
over
need
the
you to
place.
agree. I'm not all over the place, Joe. I need you to agree with me here that the stars here are rotating around Polaris.
and the southern.
No. The stars here are not
yes, they
rotating around the southern point. The stars.
they are.
No, the
Yes,
stars
they
are
are.
not. No,
Okay,
Joe.
then move
Joe.
your location.
Joe, hold
move
on.
your
Listen,
location to
Joe.
equator.
Joe. The
Oh my
stars
word,
that
Greg.
rotate around the southern point rotate around different star. These stars are rotating
They're
around.
further
Pola-
out, Craig.
Joe,
They're not.
Joe,
they're
you need to let me finish a
circumpolar.
Joe, you need to let me finish a sentence. These stars are rotating around Polaris, which is there.
And they're all rotating around Polaris.
No, right.
Anywhere you look.
No, right,
Anywhere in
because
the world.
right. If we go to
Yes.
the equator, you will see something very specific.
When you go to the equator, you're going to see them
You
both
see-
directions. If you look
You
north
see-
or
right,
south.
okay, so let's look west, right? And they're going
They'll be
straight
going
down,
down.
right? Now, if you did at this point
That's
star
a horrible
trails,
program, dude. What are you
Joe,
using? Go
will
to
you
Stellarium.
listen? Joe, you need to stop talking over me.
It's horrible.
Joe, you need to stop talking over me. This is a much better program than Stellarium. You need to just listen and pay attention. Right?
You're
because
okay.
no, Joe.
I'm just listening.
Joe, stop. Just stop and let me
I'm listening.
explain.
Go.
Okay?
Go.
If you were to do star trails here, you would have two different star trails. You would have star trails to the south, rotating around one set of stars, and you would have star trails to the north, rotating around a different set of stars.
Yes.
So if you look north, you will see Polaris here.
Yes.
So these stars are rotating around Polaris. Now,
Yes.
let's look south. And these
They're
stars are rotating around an
the
area
Southern
near the
Cross.
Southern Cross. They are
Yes.
different sets of stars rotating
And
around
they're-
different points.
But the whole
Right?
sky,
The whole sky is the whole
going
sky
east
is
to west around
rotating.
those 2 points, Craig.
No. East to west is not a
Yes.
rotation of the sky. East to west is a direction of the sky.
From the ground,
The
looking
rotation-
at the stars.
No, there is only two rotations. There is
Yes.
this rotation,
But it's one
Polaris.
rotation, though.
Joe,
They're all going the
no,
same
no,
direction.
no. There is two counter-rotating points because we are on a
No.
globe. There is
No, that's
these,
you turning
look,
around,
Look,
Craig.
look. Do you see
When
the
you
central?
turn around, you
Joe,
see the opposite.
it's a
rotation,
question.
Craig.
Joe, I've got a question for you.
Oh my word!
Do you
are
see-
so naive,
Joe,
I
Joe, I'm
thought
trying
would
to ask you a
actually be able
question.
to-
Can you not, please?
go?
Right. Do you see the stars rotating around Polaris there? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay, right. Next question. Do you see the stars rotating around an area near the Southern Cross there? Yes or no?
Yes.
Next question. Which direction which clockwise direction are they going?
They're going clockwise in the south
right?
and anti-clockwise in the north.
Now, because we're on the equator, we can do this. Right? Now, the different stars, it's not the same,
This is
it's not the same
comical, dude.
point. We are looking at a separate point of rotation the other way. Now
The
which
whole
way are the
sky's moving all at
Now
once,
which
Greg.
way are the stars rotating?
The same
Counterclock-
way, east to west.
No,
The
is
rotation
this
is different when you turn
counterclockwise
around,
or
bro.
Joe, is this counterclockwise or is it clockwise?
That's going counterclockwise because
Okay,
they're
thank you.
because they're setting on your
Counterclockwise.
left, Craig.
Counterclockwise around this point.
Yes. Can
Right?
you
Now,
use
they never go clockwise around this point. There is no stars that
no one ever
rotate
said they did,
clockwise
and
around
no one ever
Polaris.
made that assumption.
In the
No one ever
north,
said they did.
all of the stars that rotate around Polaris.
Hey, Craig.
And we can
I-
see that
I misunderstood
if we look
this-
east or
this
west.
whole thing.
If we
I
look
thought
east-
you were of good faith and that you were going to have.
Joe,
a
I am. I'm
conversation
trying
with
to
me.
explain to you, but you're not letting me
You're
get
trying
through a
to
thought.
explain to me something that everyone knows, Craig.
Well,
Everyone knows what you're
but
saying.
you seem to disagree, right? We are looking directly
No, when-
east at this
when
point.
you turn around and you do
Joe,
star
please, you
trails
need to
in-
let
from
me
your
actually
house,
get
if
through
you-
a sentence, dude. Please.
You haven't let me say anything.
That's because I haven't finished my point yet. Once I've finished my point, we can go to you. But you need to let me get through my
Okay,
thought
I won't
process.
say anything until I won't say anything until
Right?
you say
Yeah,
that you're
and
done.
once I've done, then you can give your presentation, right? Now,
Okay.
we are looking directly east from the equator, okay? So the stars are they're not going east to west at this point. They're going up and down, right?
Which is east to west, but
Yeah, but
Whatever.
are they going up at this point?
they're rising.
Okay, now the stars to the north are rotating around Polaris, and it is a different set because if you were on the east and you recorded star trails, in fact, if I speed it up, it might show you better. Right?
I know, yeah, Craig.
The star
everyone
trails
understands this.
trails to the south are rotating a different direction to the star trails to the north.
They're the
Right?
same direction.
It's not the direction you are facing; it is your position on Earth. The only time
You know
that you
what
can
circumpolar stars are?
please let me finish. Please let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
The only time that you can see both rotational points are when you're on the equator. Like I was just on the equator, right? That's it. Around Polaris, they rotate counterclockwise. around the Southern Cross, they rotate clockwise. It's as simple as that. East to west is not clockwise versus counterclockwise.
No, I know.
So that's it. That's all I was trying to say.
Okay.
Okay. Now
Okay.
I'm done with my presentation. Please. You know,
Okay,
Joe, that was
didn't
very
understand
frustrating,
that
dude. You wouldn't let me finish like what I was
Craig,
saying.
I just thought we were having a conversation. I didn't understand you were trying to give a presentation.
Well, I
and
was trying to
I
make a point,
apologize.
dude, and you wouldn't let me.
Well, everything you were saying, like a lot of it was just plain wrong. Okay.
But it wasn't. I just showed it though.
If you're at your house, Craig, can I share the screen?
Yeah. Oh, why is that not?
Okay, I'm gonna try to share Stellarium.
Am I still sharing?
I don't know how to do this. How do you turn share on?
There should be a green button to press for you to share.
It says sharing is not turned on.
The
The host isn't allowing multiple.
Right, hold on. Let me
Okay.
allow participants to share screen. You should be able to do it now.
Okay. Oh, someone else is sharing. Sorry.
Am I still sharing? I don't see my share. I'm confused.
I think it's because we're looking at your program.
Right. Now turn off my share, please. Right. Let me shut down that. I think Zoom's got confused and it still thinks I'm sharing when I'm not for some reason. Because you're there. Why won't you show me the share? There we go. Nope. Sorry, for once, give me a second. I don't know what is going on with Zoom. I am not sharing, but it thinks I'm sharing. Right, there we go. Now that's there. Now how do I turn that off? There we go.
There we go.
Now you should be able to share.
Okay, cool. Let's see. How do I pick a different application window? Oh boy.
Oh, hey, Glober Mum in the chat. I hope you are feeling well.
Oh, I have to select it? I don't know. Let's see. I don't know what I'm doing, Craig.
You just usually just select the thing you want to share.
Okay, I find I just had to
There
go
we
to
go.
it. Okay, can you see Stellarium there?
Yes.
Okay. This is where I'm at. I'm at 45 degrees. Should we just go from my house, or do you want to go from your house? Because
But it's
I want
roughly
to
the
show
same.
you something. What's that?
It's roughly the same. So
Okay, we'll just go from. It's Minnesota, so we'll just use this location. Okay, so I'm backed up a little bit here so that you can see the east and west on the side. And Craig, I agree with everything you're saying. Whoops. Let me get the atmosphere out of there. Okay, obviously, you can see Polaris up by the search bar there. Can you see that?
yeah.
Okay, you can see Polaris up there. And whoops, I shouldn't be going backwards. Going forwards, they're rotating.
Please don't reverse
clock-
time. That causes issues.
Yeah, and anti-clockwise, right?
Counterclockwise.
Yeah, counterclockwise.
I get told off when I say anti-clockwise for some reason.
Oh, okay. I'll use counter. I guess I jump between the two. I don't know which one to say. But so here's the thing. Like, there is a point of rotation right here around Polaris. That's the axis, celestial axis, right? And there's one in the south.
Yeah.
We know that. We're
Yeah.
not disagreeing on that. Witsit is not saying that there's only one.
He
You
kind of
understand
is.
that
He clarified that point. You know,
No,
I
he did
checked.
not.
Like I went through his video, every single bit of his review, and we checked the words that he was saying and the things that he was saying, and his entire argument was that the only reason why the stars in the south rotate differently is
you're
because
looking
you
at them
can
the other
walk
way.
through a pane of glass. It was the dumbest thing
That
in
was
the world.
that was his analogy of pane of glass, and I understand it the way he went with his analogy. I don't think it was the best.
It doesn't
one.
make any sense at all. You never walk through the stars and look at them from the other side.
And I agree with you on your point there. You have a point, but that's not the way that he meant it. I don't think. Here, Craig, look. I have south. I don't know. They're red letters, but you can see east, south, west. So when I go forward in time, Craig, just tell me which way they're going.
They're going east to west, but they're still going counterclockwise around Polaris.
Craig, they're making a circle.
No,
they're called
again,
circumpolar. They're called
no, circumpolar stars are the ones near the equator. I don't think you know what circumpolar means.
No, circumpolar are the stars that are above the horizon that are going around, like that you can see.
Circumpolar means the stars that you can see all year round because they're on the equatorial plane.
I don't think so. It's the ones that you can see above the horizon, Craig. I'll look it up because I don't actually know. Situated around or inhabiting one of the Earth's poles. A star or motion above the horizon at all times in given latitude. So
above the horizon,
Craig,
right?
Why would they be called circumpolar stars?
Because they go around a pole star. They circle around a. Sorry, I was wrong. I was thinking of right. So it's called a circumpolar star
what I'm doing,
because
guys.
it circles around a pole star. That's why they're called circumpolar stars, right?
Okay, I hope I'm not sharing. Am I sharing still?
Yeah. Hold on. I can turn it off.
I don't even know how I got to where I'm at. I'm just trying to get back to.
Yeah, Zoom has changed everything. Right, I need to correct myself. I was wrong about I was thinking about stars that you can see all year round. Right, so circumpolar stars are, it's stars that are circle around the polar star. They're always above the horizon. That's what it means, and they circle around a pole star. That's why they're called circumpolar stars.
Okay, do you got Stellarium again?
Yeah, it's up.
Okay, so Craig, if you do star trails facing south anywhere in the world, this is the only point that I was really trying to make with you, and I've been trying to do it for a long time with MC Toon and Professor
Doxy,
Dave.
you're right. I said the wrong thing. Sorry.
What's that?
So I was just responding to someone in chat. I said the wrong thing. I said circumequatorial, not polar. I meant that. Yeah, I corrected myself on that. Right now, here's the thing. Okay, yes,
these are.
It looks
Craig,
like.
Hold on. Let me give me a minute, please. Just
sure.
Just a few minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. When I go forward in time, looking south from my house, and I do star trails, I get circles. Okay, and these are the circles. Okay, Polaris is behind us right now. The way that we're looking. Okay.
Yeah.
So let me just show you. I just want to show you something. And you're going to have to give me like 2 minutes and that's it. But I got to show you this. Okay, so we're in Minnesota. I'm just going to show you really quickly what happens when we move south, just wherever we are to Louisiana, I guess. Doesn't really matter, but okay, so we're looking south, right? We're going to keep looking south and we're going to move south. Okay, still going clockwise when we look south just from Louisiana. And when we turn around and look north, Polaris is going to be down lower. And
that's because you're like on the equator, like really near the equator there. But the stars that rotate around Polaris. Right. The point is the stars that rotate around Polaris always rotate counterclockwise.
The Southern Cross.
No,
same motion.
What? No. Why is it? No. Because. Remember,
if you live on a globe, Craig, you're arguing.
Remember, when you're at the equator, you get different star trails to the left and the right. Okay, I'll get a picture.
I know
exactly of it to show
what you get, Craig. But what you're doing is you're saying that the globe doesn't work. That's what you're saying.
No. I'm giving you the predictions of the globe.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Don't. No. You do not
Craig,
get to. No. Hold on. No, Joe. Hold on. This is something I don't let flat earthers do. I do not let flat earthers tell me what my model says. Okay? You don't get to tell me what my model says. Yeah, but I do not let. Hold on. I do not let flat earthers tell me what my model says. Right? Now, I want to show you something.
Though. What do you think Stellarium is a good model?
Stellarium is showing what I am showing. The stars in the north rotate around Polaris, not the Southern Cross.
We're saying the same thing, you know.
No, but you said the stars in the north also rotate around the Southern Cross, which is wrong.
They're all going in the same rotation, the same motion, all at once.
No,
Around the south and
there
the
is
north,
two
Craig.
different points of rotation because we're on a globe
Yes.
looking in different directions.
Craig, and
Right.
whether you're on a globe or not, the stars are they're here. If you let me finish showing you, we'll go a little farther south. What I'm saying is you'll see the same clockwise rotation until you get to the equator, and you can see that center axis point.
Right. Okay.
And if you
I
look
just,
north,
I just want to show you one picture.
it's the
Okay.
same thing. It's all one motion. The whole
No, right. If it's
You
one
should agree
motion,
with
if
that,
it's
Craig.
one
You think
motion,
you're spinning
if
on a
it's
globe.
one motion, then you need to explain something to me, which is what I'm going to show you
You're-
now. If it's one motion, Joe,
Craig.
Joe, hold on. If it is one motion, then you
Your
need to
globe is
explain
one motion.
this.
That's one motion.
No, this is two motions.
Yes, it
there,
is.
There are two different
It's
points
east
of
to west.
rotation. There are two different points of rotation.
That's taken at the equator.
Yes, right, and it's
And
two different.
you're looking west
Joe,
or east.
you're not letting me talk, dude. You're doing it again, right?
Okay.
There are 2 points of rotation here. It is two
Yep.
motions. If you were looking straight at this point, the one on the left would be going counterclockwise. The one on the
Yes.
right would be going clockwise. That's not one
Or vice
motion.
versa, yes.
That is two.
Yes. But it's one,
Yeah, there we
it's one
go.
direction, they're all moving
no.
with each other. They're all moving.
They are
in the
east to
same
west,
direction.
but they are different clockwise directions.
Because
Right?
you have
So
to
it's
turn
not
the
one
opposite-
motion. Do
have
you
to turn
agree, though,
around,
that that's
Craig.
not one motion?
You have to turn around. You're turning around. That's
Do you,
the,
no,
that's
hold
why
on.
you're
Do you
seeing the
agree?
other
Yes or
motion.
no? It's a question. Yes or no? Do you agree that's not one motion? There's two motions there of the sky.
All the stars are moving in one motion in this picture.
No. We agreed that to the left is counterclockwise and to the right is clockwise. That is
But
two
they're all
motions.
in
You
this-
agreed
They're
that.
all going around the same. I don't
no,
understand.
hold
what
on,
you're
Joe.
saying.
You agreed that there is two different motions there. You can't go back on that now.
Greg, in a way, okay. So if you look at the right side,
No, it's not
you
in a
see the
way. It's a
center-
yes or no. Are there
No,
two
I don't
different
think, I don't think
rotational
it's
points
a,
there?
I don't think it's a fair question.
It's a very fair question. The
You're looking
stars,
at a
right,
panorama.
Joe, please. Right.
You're looking both north and south in this picture. You're looking both north and south in this
And,
picture.
correct. And in this picture,
And east or whatever. Or west.
in this picture, are there one motion of the stars or two
Yes.
motion of the stars?
One.
How can there be
One.
one motion of the stars when the stars to the right are doing a different thing to the stars
They're
to the
not.
left? They are.
Craig,
the stars to
let's
the right
picture-
are going.
let's-
Joe, right. How many is this? Clockwise and counterclockwise. Is that one or two?
That's two.
Right. And on the screen.
What has to happen
and
for you
and
to
on
see
the screen.
clockwise and
Hold on.
counterclockwise?
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my train of thought. You just agreed that
word.
clockwise and counterclockwise equals two. Now on the
No,
screen.
I agree. Yeah.
Now on the screen, do we see both a clockwise and a counterclockwise motion?
You're looking two
Yes or no? Do we see?
It's not a fair question.
No,
not
it's a
legitimate
very
question, Craig.
simple question. On the
It's not.
screen,
It's not a legitimate question.
it is a legitimate
You're
question.
looking you're looking.
Joe,
You're looking
Joe,
360 degrees in this picture.
Stop. It's a very fair question because you see this on Earth,
Okay.
right?
What's the
You have
question again?
agreed. We're going to finish this through, okay? You have agreed that counterclockwise and clockwise are two things, right? Now,
That's relative.
no, it's not relative. They
Yeah, it
are
is.
two different things.
Yeah, it is.
They are two different.
You have to be facing a certain direction to see that.
No, there are two different
Yeah, you do.
things, clockwise and counterclockwise. That's not one, that's two. You agreed that.
It's east to west. It's one.
No, we're not talking about east to west. We are just
You
talking
tell me
about.
where did the stars
Joe,
switch?
Joe,
switch
stop
direction
change.
then,
Right,
Craig?
okay, right. Joe, I just want you to answer my simple questions without trying to squirm around
they're
them.
convoluted questions.
They're not
good
convoluted questions. They are
Yeah,
extremely
they are.
simple questions. On the screen in
Because
front of you.
You're
Joe,
not in
please, let
context
me
with the
finish my
picture.
point. Come on, dude. You know the rule. Let me
I
finish.
don't agree with
Let
you,
me
Craig.
finish my point. I don't care if you agree or not. Let me finish my
Just
point.
ask real questions then.
I'm asking the real questions.
Okay. Ask
Right.
it and I'll answer it.
Now, you have agreed that clockwise and counterclockwise are two things, not one. On the screen,
Oh my
do we see both clockwise and counterclockwise, yes or no?
No, actually, there's no motion on the screen here.
Joe, They are
just a
star
picture.
trails.
Yeah, and I
Right.
don't know what direction I'm facing. Am I facing west or east?
We're facing east at this point
Okay, so why are we seeing north and south also?
because it's a panorama.
panoramic picture.
Yes, right? This is what
So
you
when
see
you
on
ask
Earth,
me-
right?
when you
now,
ask me
now,
a question-
no, again, it's very simple.
that's why your question
Do we
is
see on the
false.
screen? This is a yes or no question. Do
Greg,
we see
you're-
on the screen?
I'm not answering your question. 'cause
Joe,
it is
it's a
convoluted.
yes
It is
or
not a
no
good
question. It's a yes or no question.
It's
On
not-
the screen.
You can't answer. You couldn't answer it either.
I can. Right? It's a very, very simple question. Now, please listen to the question
How many
before you
kinds
answer.
of motion are there
Joe,
on there?
can you
Is that
listen
what
to
you're
the
saying?
question before you answer, please?
Hurry up.
Just
This
listen
is
and
getting
stop.
old,
No,
dude.
dude, I'm starting to get annoyed. All right, this will turn into dumpster fire
Go
if you don't
ahead.
let me finish my fucking sentences. All right, that's your warning. Either let me fucking finish what I'm saying, or you would just get a fucking dumpster fire. All right, that's your one warning. Now, question: are there on the screen two different points of rotation? Yes or no?
Yes.
There we go. Two is more than one. Therefore, there are two motions and not one.
One motion.
No, you just said two different things. Two motions.
No. Craig, let me explain. Will you let me explain?
Well, you
In
can
this
backpedal
picture,
all you fucking
You're
want.
showing us both south and north, right?
Yes, correct.
Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
So in order to face south, what has to happen in order to face north? You have to turn around, right?
That's irrelevant to what I was showing you.
No. That's not irrelevant. That's,
It absolutely
that's
is.
It's relative to that.
No, it's really not relative. It doesn't matter
I just
which way
showed
you
you on
face. The
Stellarium.
stars still rotate counterclockwise around Polaris and clockwise around
my
the Southern
word.
Cross.
Yes,
that
I
never
agree.
changes.
I agree. Yeah, I never.
Well, you
disagree
agree.
with that.
Good fucking job then, Witsit was wrong.
No, you're not understanding something. When you look south from your house, you see stars going in a circle. You don't see the whole.
No, I
circle,
don't see them going in a circle. I see
you
them rising east to west.
But
that's
they're going in a
it.
circle.
But
They're in a perfect circle.
all I need to do is go look up slightly, and I can see that the whole thing is still rotating around Polaris.
Yes.
That
it's
never
rotating around
stops.
Polaris.
The stars in the north
Hold on.
do not rotate around the southern point.
Okay, where's the breaking point?
There.
Like you're saying,
I showed you it right in the middle there.
No, but they're going the same
Those
direction.
stars,
in the middle
right?
there.
Those stars to the left do
They're all
not
going the same
rotate
direction
around
in the
those
middle
stars
there,
to
on
the
right
right.
and the left.
Those stars to the
Right.
left do not rotate around those stars to the right.
They go the exact same way.
Those stars to the left do not rotate around those stars to the right.
They all go the same direction. What are you talking about?
Once
you have no
again,
point that you're trying to make. Honestly,
once again, the
You want
stars to
backpedal
the
and
left.
play for you the thing that Dave said that's totally false. That you're trying to somehow argue.
Once again, the stars to the left do not rotate around the stars to the right.
Okay, where's the break then? The camera is the break. You're saying because if you moved,
You
100
can
miles
literally
to
see a
the
point in the
south,
middle.
It would do the same thing.
You can literally
It
see
would
a
just
point
be-
in the middle.
or it would just be a different shape.
You can literally see the point in the middle where it stops being one rotation and becomes
Yeah,
the
that's-
other.
No, but don't you realize that they're all going the same direction? Like the person in this picture, they're all going up and over his head. If the one's straight in front of him.
But that doesn't change the
They're
fact
going
that
up and over
they
his head
are
and setting in the
rotating.
west.
No, again, that doesn't stop
They're all
the fact
going one direction, Craig. How can
no.
you say they're not?
because they're different rotational
They're going
points.
around 2 points. But
Exactly, and they're going around those 2 points in different directions.
So just take the same direction.
No, I'm
West.
sorry,
They're headed
counterclockwise
west.
is not the same as clockwise.
No, it's the same. It depends on where you're looking
Counterclockwise
at it
is
from,
not
Craig.
the same as clockwise.
Okay, will you allow me to do a 5-minute presentation to show you how wrong you are right now?
You're going to show me that clockwise is the same as counterclockwise, are you?
Yes, just with Stellarium.
Right.
It's
So
simple.
you're going to use Stellarium to show me that the stars in the north rotate around the stars in the south, are you?
Yes, it's
Because
simple.
you're fucking not. Because that doesn't happen.
you were the one that
stars
turned
in
the
the
globe.
north do not rotate around the stars in the south. Look at the picture on the screen.
Okay, so how are they rotating? Like, you're saying they're going different directions or what?
I'm saying they are rotating in opposite ways. And
Okay,
they
so
don't
where,
rotate.
Where
right,
is it,
right,
where
okay.
does it change? Where
In the
does it
middle.
change, Craig?
Right in the middle because
In
of
the
the
middle.
equator.
It doesn't change in the middle, Craig. They still
The
go east to west
rotational
in the
direction
middle.
does. The rotational direction changes in the middle.
They all go east to west, Craig. That's there.
No one's disagreeing with that, but it is clockwise one side, counterclockwise the other.
And
the
face
stars that
one
no,
way.
no, hold it, Joe. The stars that rotate
Oh my
around
word.
Polaris do not
Yeah,
rotate around
that's
the
the
Southern
word for it.
Cross.
Craig,
Do you understand
tell
that?
me this. Tell me
Do you
this.
understand that?
Do I understand what?
That the stars that
understand.
rotate around Polaris do not rotate around the Southern Cross.
Because they're closer to Polaris, you're saying, or what?
No, it's simple. The stars that rotate around Polaris do not
They all
rotate
go in
around
one
the Southern
motion,
Cross.
dude. I thought you were the one on the spinning globe. I thought you would agree with me. They're all going in one motion. The Earth is spinning at one.
Yes, but because
Yeah.
of that,
So the stars are all moving at the same rate in the same direction. Craig, wake up.
but right, again,
You're arguing for something else.
clockwise versus counterclockwise. Do you
No,
understand
that's not,
that?
That's not analogous. Just the way
It is
that
analogous
said
because
it.
that's what we
It is
see.
not.
The stars, right? Do you agree?
Okay,
Yes
can
or
I
no?
show
This,
you-
1
can I
second.
show you-
I will if you just give me 1 second. Do
Okay.
you agree? Yes or no? That the stars that rotate around Polaris rotate counterclockwise?
If you're looking north,
No.
you have to be facing north in order to see that, Craig.
The stars that
face south,
rotate
you will
around
see the
Polaris
opposite rotation.
always rotate counterclockwise around Polaris. It doesn't matter
Yes,
if they
but if you
rise
turn
east or
around-
west. They're
Craig,
still
if you
rotating
turn-
counterclockwise around Polaris. That doesn't change.
Polaris is at 45 degrees for me, at 50 for you, whatever. It's about halfway up, right? So what happens when Polaris is behind me and the stars are going anti-clockwise behind me or counterclockwise, and I look to the south? Okay, so let's just do this really quick just for fun. I want to show you this. You have, like, I'm determined to have you to settle down from what you're teaching me, to understand that you're actually saying something that goes against the globe. It doesn't, not what the globe
No,
predicts.
no, you don't get to tell me
not, though.
what my model says.
I want to explain it to you.
But you don't get
I
to
wanna
tell me what
explain
my
it to
model says, all right? No, you don't get to tell me what my model says. You can be wrong, but
If
you
you-
don't
if
get
you're
to
on a
tell me
globe
that this is
and you
what my
look
model
south-
says, right?
if you're on a
Because
globe and you look
you're a flat
south, you'll
earther.
see-
You don't get to tell me what my model says.
Okay, if you're on a globe, Craig, because I hope you know that I've done a little bit of whatever amateur astronomy, and I understand the motion of the stars. I've taken a lot of pictures and stuff. If you're standing on a globe and you in Minnesota or in wherever you are, and you look south and you do star trails pointed south on a globe, what are you going to see? You're going to see clockwise rotation from where you are in the northern hemisphere.
No, again, that's
you do
not
star trails
That's not
facing
rotation.
south?
That is just the rising of east to west. They're still rotating
listen.
counterclockwise
It's the same thing.
around Polaris.
Okay, let me expound on this. Okay, let me share once again, just to show you this. Okay. So we're gonna go to, let's see.
No one is
Craig?
denying that they
No,
rise.
let me just
east
show
to-
you. I want to show you something that you are.
Please
denying.
stop interrupting me when I'm in the middle of a sentence, Joe. I'm not going to ask you again.
Go ahead.
Do not
Go
interrupt me when I'm in the middle, because I'm not actually interrupting you when you're in a sentence. I'm letting you finish, and then I'm trying to respond. But what you do is every time I speak, you let me get 2 words in, and then you go, and I'm starting to get pissed off of it, okay?
Okay.
Right. No one is disagreeing that the stars go east to west. And no one is disagreeing that when you look in the south, it forms an arc. No one is disagreeing with that. But those stars are still rotating counterclockwise around Polaris. That never changes. They're not going around the Southern Cross. They're going around Polaris. Just because to you, with that very narrow field of view, you see an arc that way, that's not the same thing as the stars rotating around that point. That's not what happened. That is simply a narrow field of view. The same as if you look at the curve of Earth with a narrow field of view, you just see a straight line. You're ignoring the entire sky and what is happening. At no point ever in the north do the stars rotate clockwise around Polaris. It simply doesn't happen. Ever. Do you understand?
I understand that you need to articulate your words more clearly because
no, hold on. I just articulated everything I said extremely clearly. I do not appreciate. Hold on. I don't appreciate you telling me that I don't articulate my words when I just made sure that I articulated exactly what I said very, very clearly. Okay?
You said in the north, and what direction are you facing in the north? You're saying that the stars don't go clockwise in the north.
No.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Were you not listening? Right. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm going to say everything that I've just said again. I want you to pay attention this time, please. All right?
I did the first time, man.
Well, you clearly didn't, because then you said something as though I didn't say those things.
Well, be clearer.
So I would very much like you to pay attention this time.
I will. Be clear.
Right. I was very clear last time. Please listen.
Let me know which way you're facing. And
please listen.
Specifically, I'm listening.
Just listen. All right? Actually pay attention to the words that I am saying. It's very, very simple. Just because you look south and have a very narrow field of view that has an arc of the stars doesn't mean those stars are rotating around a point. That's simply because you're on a curve. All you have to do is look up slightly and you will see that those stars are still rotating counterclockwise around Polaris. That never changes. No matter which way you look, the stars are not rotating a different way around Polaris. Yes, from the field of view that is very narrow, the east to west forms an arc. But that's because the Earth is curved. Those stars are not rotating around the southern point. They are rotating counterclockwise around Polaris, but you are viewing them from an angle. That does not change the direction of rotation just because you perceive in a very narrow field of view an arc. You need to look at the entire sky, not just a tiny bit. Do you understand?
I understand. So when you face south, Craig, from anywhere in the world, it doesn't matter if you're in the north or if you're in the south. Because like if you go way south and you look south, you see clockwise rotation around the Southern Cross. And as you back up, you go all the way to the equator, you can still see the center. And as you back up, you can see the center dropping off, and you can see the circumpolar stars, their radiuses of their motion getting bigger and bigger as you back up. It's the same motion. And Craig, I thought you were like fight the flat Earth. Like you should be arguing.
Joe. Once again, you don't get to tell me what my model is and what I'm arguing for.
Well, you're telling me that
I'm telling you that you are wrong about what you are saying. You don't understand it. I just explained it to you. All right. And it's not. It's like you didn't listen.
You don't get it.
No, it's like again, you're being Witsit. You're telling me I don't get it when you are wrong.
Can I show you with Stellarium?
You already have, and I've explained it to you. Do you understand what a small?
I didn't.
Do you understand what a small field of view is? Yes or no?
I understand that you can see the whole sky.
Do you understand?
You can call it a small point of view. I don't care.
No, define to me what a small field of view is.
Look, Craig. Look at when I back.
Yeah, we know, Joe. You're not listening to me. No one's denying that. You can see
the whole sky moving clockwise, Craig, from your house or wherever
Joe
is. Where are you?
You're not listening to me.
Oh, I was listening to you, but
you clearly didn't. All right. Well, then tell me what I said.
When the last thing you said?
No, tell me the spiel that I did.
View?
No, tell me the entire thing that I said.
Field of view.
Tell me the entire thing that I said. If you were listening, the entire thing that I said.
You said that the stars moving east to west when you look south, because you can see the little arc. You're saying that doesn't mean it's going around the Southern Cross, which is just a little further.
No, it's not. Yeah, the stars in the north
Yes,
don't
just
go
a
around the
little
Southern
further.
Cross.
Why
Again,
is it
right.
when you get to the southern? Why is it when you
Joe,
get to the
again,
equator
look at
that
what's on the
you
screen.
Suddenly tell that they are.
Again, look what's on the screen.
Oh, I
Right.
still am looking at the wrong screen. Hold on. Don't get that picture out of here. It's a
No,
panorama.
right.
You're using it wrong.
Joe, again,
You're
right.
using it dishonestly, Craig.
I'm not using dishonestly, and
Yes,
I
you
don't
are.
know. You're okay.
You can't face two
Joe.
directions at the same time, Craig. You
Joe,
can't use clockwise
Joe,
and
it
anti-clockwise
doesn't-
in
Joe,
this picture. You can't.
You need to listen to what I'm saying before you call me dishonest, right?
I
You
don't
are
know how much
pushing.
I can listen.
Joe, you're pushing your
Anyway,
luck at
Craig,
this point.
I-
You're
that's
actually pushing
okay.
your luck,
That's
right?
okay. We're not getting anywhere. I thought you were actually going to have a conversation.
Well, I'm
about this.
trying to, but you won't listen to
No,
me.
you're trying to teach me something you think you know, but you're wrong.
I'm trying. No, I'm not wrong.
And you're arguing
If you
against
listen,
the globe,
if you listen
Craig.
to
Good
me,
job.
right? Stop talking and listen. Those stars on the left will never rotate
I'm
around
not looking at
that
this
point.
picture anymore.
Well,
No,
you
they're
need
all
to.
rotating around those 2 points at the same
Right,
time, Craig.
you-
If you
listen,
can't grasp that, then
I was in the
take an
middle of a
astronomy
sentence. Joe,
course.
I was in the middle of a sentence.
I know. I'm just about.
I was in the
done.
middle of a
Sorry, man.
sentence. I was in the middle of a sentence.
Sorry,
I was in. Now listen. Those stars on
I
the
don't
left.
think so. I think
Joe,
we're done,
will you
Craig.
listen?
I thought you were going to actually have a
I'm
conversation.
trying
not.
to, but you won't have a conversation
not.
with me.
You're just repeating things that you said that are an error.
They're not in error.
You're
Look at the
you're saying
picture in
things that
front
go
of you
against
right
the
now.
globe, Craig, what's wrong with
Joe,
you?
this is a picture from the globe.
Sorry, man. I got to go.
Are you going to run away because you're wrong? You know what? Forget everything I fucking said at the beginning about him being a decent person. He is just dishonest. Yeah, right. I get his point, right? That when you have that small field of view, you see that arc, right? But those stars aren't rotating around the southern point. And that's what he was saying, right? Like, he was saying that those stars on the left that rotate around that point on the left, because of the way you look, rotate around that point on the right. Those stars that are rotating around that point on the left never rotate around that point on the right. Right, MBM is saying I'm wrong, but I need him to explain why. Yeah, okay. It's very, very simple. The stars that rotate around Polaris will always rotate counterclockwise around Polaris. If you look at a small field of view and you have an arc in front of you because you're on a fucking slant, that doesn't change the fact that those stars are still overall rotating counterclockwise around Polaris. That never changes. I'm not wrong, Eftupworld. Those stars on the left do not rotate around those stars on the right. That never happens. No, I don't think we are Liz K. I think he's just completely and utterly wrong. He is saying that the stars that are in the north also rotate around the Southern Cross. And it's just not true. Nothing about that is true. If he actually let me explain my point, instead of just interrupting, then maybe we could have had that conversation properly. Like, please, if I'm wrong, somebody tell me in the chat right now. If those stars on the left rotate around that point on the right. If I'm wrong, someone tell me. Please, in the chat, someone tell me if I'm wrong. Do those stars on the left rotate around that point on the right? Does that happen? Right, let's like, give me a number 1 if yes it happens. Give me a number 2 if it doesn't. Yeah, he was so dishonest that he couldn't look at this picture taken on a globe that shows that the stars on the left do not rotate around the stars on the right. Fudge says the big problem here is that you both talked about different things. You were not wrong, but you failed to communicate the point of view is irrelevant to what you tried. Well, that's what I exactly trying to say, Grudge. The field of view, the point of view you've got is irrelevant to the fact that these stars on the left will never, at any point, rotate around those stars on the right. It just doesn't happen. Possibly Houseoy, that might make sense. Like, Joe, I thought you were better than this. I genuinely thought you were better than to ignore the evidence shown in front of your face. Like, no one is disagreeing with you that the stars rotate east to west. And with a small field of view, because we're on a slant, it will form an arc that, if you ignore the rest of the sky, will look a little bit clockwise. But it doesn't change the fact that they're rotating counterclockwise around Polaris. But yeah, Clive Wells, I get that that's what he was trying to say, and that's why I kept agreeing with him that the stars go east to west. No one disagrees with that. But that means that because we are on a sphere, that there's two different points of rotation, two different movements. That we have to have that if we are on a globe that's rotating. The sky has to rotate in opposite directions in the north and the south. And there is no point at all where the stars will rotate clockwise around Polaris. Yeah, CB, I'm sorry about that. If he wants back in, then... You there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I thought that was very rude of you.
Well, Craig, I really... Can we settle it down? Can we bring it? I think we can.
Yeah.
I think we can.
But you have to not call me dishonest and not ignore the things that I'm saying, right? Now...
I'm not ignoring the things you're saying, Craig.
You really are, right? Because I show you a picture that's taken on Earth and you call me dishonest for it, right? Now, here's the thing. You're talking about the Earth's... Well, please, you just interrupted me straight away there. Please. Let me get my point out and I'll let you respond, all right?
Yep.
You're talking about the Earth's axis of rotation. Yes, the entire Earth rotates that way, right? No one disagrees with that. Nobody disagrees that the stars rise east to west. Nobody is disagreeing with that fact. But a consequence of that is that there are stars that rotate counterclockwise around a point in the north and clockwise around a point in the south. And the stars that are in the north will never rotate around the Southern Cross. Do you want, right? And that's what this picture shows. That the stars on the left... There's no time that they will rotate around that point on the right. That's what this is showing. What do you mean, is it the same? No, there's two different points of rotation there.
Let's pick a star, okay, and tell me if it's going anti-clockwise or clockwise. Like Vega, which direction is Vega going? Is it part of the northern axis?
I don't know which. I don't know. Where is Vega? Is it in the north or the south? I don't.
It doesn't really matter because it's still going the same. It's going the same direction. So,
but if it's in the north, let's say in this picture, the north is on the left. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So we're looking east. Yeah, we're looking east.
Now, all those stars to the left rotate around that central point, that Polaris, that dot that you can see. Right.
And where do they stop going around that?
Right in the middle. Okay?
But you have to turn around for them to stop doing that.
No, that's what this panorama is showing. They don't stop rotating. They don't stop rotating around Polaris. They're still rotating around Polaris, but the stars on the right are rotating the opposite way around an area. No, rotating an opposite way as in clockwise. Right?
But do you realize that this picture you're looking at is not a representation of what you see?
It's slightly
with
wider,
your eyes.
right? Right. I'll
No,
tell you what.
you're-
Right,
it's
hold
south
on.
and north.
Let's
Come on,
see.
dude.
Let's make it what you would see with your eyes, right? We'll make it more accurate as to what you would see with your eyes. Give me 1 sec. All I need to do is go to the position, and I'll zoom in a bit, right?
There we go.
And there we go.
There we
That's
go.
what you would see with your eyes, right?
Okay. So
Okay.
now face.
Now
face
the
to
stars
left.
to the left. Right. Now let me finish my point. Right. Right in the middle, there is literally going to be a split as to which way these stars are rotating. The ones to
So
the
they're gonna-
left,
Oh my gosh.
right? The ones to the left
can't-
are rotating around that point that is to the left, and they will never rotate around the point that is to the right. They're still
They
two
aren't.
separate points of rotation. No, what do you mean they are? They're not. They're rotating around different
Okay.
points.
Take two there. Okay, take right in the center of your picture there that we're looking at now. Okay, find that point where there's a star on one side and a star on the other side, right?
Yeah, that would be
And
like right in the
They're
middle.
both just listen. They're both rising up and going over you, and then they're setting right behind you, right?
Well,
right?
No.
So are those going clockwise or anti-clockwise? Each one of those.
Depends on which.
How they're
Right, if the one to the
rising
left.
up above you.
In this, if you were looking right in the middle of this picture, the one on the left would be rotating around Polaris. The one on the right would be rotating around an area near the Southern Cross. That's what
If they're
happens.
right next to each other, they're just going like this.
Yeah, but as they
moving the
get
same.
up above you, they would actually circle out to the right, away from you.
No, they just
Yeah,
go,
they look at that, Joe. It's showing it right in front of you. Follow the
that's
trails.
not an accurate representation of what you see, Craig.
This is exactly what you see. This
No,
is what you see.
That's a wide angle lens. That's
No.
looking,
It's
looks like
only
almost a
it's only
360.
wide angle when I zoomed out. Now this is what you see with your eyes when you're
Well,
at
that's
the
a
equator.
wide angle right there.
No. This
You're
is
seeing-
the wide. This
you're
is the
seeing-
wide angle. This is
Okay,
not
Craig.
the wide angle.
Let's go to can we
Right,
go to an
and
actual picture of?
It
like
doesn't
star
matter,
trails?
and it doesn't matter how wide
does
the angle
matter.
is. Right. The point
Your
is,
picture is looking to the left and to the right at the same time.
But it
That's what
doesn't-
Your picture's
yeah.
so
okay.
it's a horrible.
And
It's
but
Craig.
like this is not. You're not looking to the left and the right like this. This is just what you see in front of you.
okay. So how are say on the left side of the picture right there, right where you're at right now, just or maybe zoom in a little back where you were, but yeah, stay there. That's fine. But so all the way on the bottom right and the bottom left hand corner of the screen, right?
Yeah.
If you picked a star that was way down there, it's kind of going off to the right and off to the left, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they both going the same circle? Because on a globe they are.
No. On a globe
they are.
No, on a
On a
globe,
globe,
they're
they're
going
just-
counter directions. They're clockwise. They're going counterclockwise directions.
I'm
That's
saying
what a
that the
globe.
globe spins two directions. It only spins one direction.
No. The globe spins one's direction, but because you're looking.
So the stars are all in
Joe,
one
hold
spot,
on.
right?
I let you finish. Let me finish. Right.
Okay.
Because you're on a globe, the sky will literally spin in two different directions. That's what you expect. That is the predictions of the globe. That's why if you were standing at this point at the equator, looking directly east, stars to your left would be rotating around Polaris. Stars to your right would be rotating around an area near the Southern Cross.
Yeah.
And right in
Yep.
front of you, in the middle, it would be stars that go up and then
They're
out
all
toward...
going the same direction, bro.
I was nearly finished, dude. I was literally... I was like 3 words away from finishing my sentence.
I thought
Why
you
could
were
you
done.
not...
I'm sorry.
Why could you not let me finish?
I thought you were done.
Well, no, because I was in the middle of talking. I was like in the middle of a word, dude.
Okay.
Right. Now, again, right in the middle, if we imagine 2 stars just to the left and just to the right, the one on the right is still going around the Southern Cross. The one on the left is still going around Polaris. That never
Yep.
changes, right? And my point is that any star to the left will never rotate around that point on the right and vice versa.
But because it's on your left and your right, obviously. That's on your
Yeah.
left, that's on your right.
Yeah,
Why would you
and
expect them to be
because
the same?
and because of that,
One
no
south,
matter
one's
when,
north,
and because of
right?
that, when you're in the north, no matter which way you look, the stars are still rotating around Polaris.
Of course, they're rotating around Polaris, but if you face south, you'll see clockwise rotation.
And again, that's just an arc from a small field of view, but the
No,
stars are...
you can see it on the screen right now. It's
Yeah.
the same arc as the whole sky is doing.
And
doing
is there
one-
two arcs going different directions?
No, you're in the middle of it.
Yeah,
Like,
and
they're going
on this
one
and on
direction.
okay, and on this picture, is there two arcs going in different directions, one to the left, one to the right?
There's two arcs going the same direction.
No, sorry, there's an arc going to the left and one to the right. Yes.
Well, only if because you have to face left and right.
No,
to
no,
see
no.
that.
You're not. You're looking straight ahead at this point. This is just what
Yeah,
you
but this
see.
is not
when
a
you're-
real picture that you're looking at.
It is
Craig.
a real picture. Well, it's
No, it's not.
a time
There's
lapse.
no place on Earth that you're going to get a picture like that.
Yes,
Sorry.
this is where. What do you mean? They got the picture on Earth,
with a panoramic camera.
right? And that's why I've zoomed in.
Okay, so just
So
look
this
at,
this is the
a
field of
horrible
view
way
that
to
you
do
would
it, man.
have. This is the
That is
field
not
of view
what you
that
see.
you would have.
I look
looking
at the
directly
stars. I
for-
do photography, astrophotography.
Yeah, so do
all
I.
the time. That's not what
So,
you see.
Joe,
You're
literally,
in
so
error.
do I.
Sorry, bro. You're in
Right.
error. That's all.
Joe, right? Literally, look in front of you. You see it.
Yep. I'm looking at a panoramic picture.
Yep, and it doesn't matter. I've zoomed in, so it's not a panoramic anymore.
It is a total panoramic.
No, I've zoomed in, so it's not a panoramic. I'm not
It's
showing
a
the bits at the
big-time
edges.
panoramic.
I am
Do you
showing a
understand
small
that you're
section
seeing-
of the panoramic. This is
You're
what you
seeing
would see with your
45
own
degrees.
eyes. If right, this is the star trails that you would get with a camera at this point with this field of view. This isn't fake. This is a real thing I'm showing
Craig,
you.
You're showing me a panoramic. Get it away from the panoramic. It's
No,
confusing
I
me,
don't
bro.
need to get away from the panoramic because it shows my point.
It's making you look foolish because you're actually
Nobody
fighting
thinks
against
I'm
the
looking
globe, saying
foolish.
that there's a
No, no, no,
different
this-
direction
no, I'm
of
not-
the stars.
There is
Stars.
literally two different directions of the stars
No,
on
there's
the
only
globe.
one. There's only one, man.
Clockwise
It's
is
east to
different
west.
to
There's only one.
Clockwise is different to
I gotta go,
counterclockwise.
dude.
Yes or no?
I want to end on better terms, though. Okay, I don't want to
Dude,
just.
is
rage
clockwise
quit.
different to counterclockwise?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
It's a different thing. It's not analogous.
It is
to the exact same thing Witsit said.
it is
You don't
because
get it.
the stars rotate clockwise around Polaris and counterclockwise around the Southern Cross. Is that
You don't
true?
get
Yes
it.
or no?
You don't get it. I gotta go, Craig.
You
I
can't
wanna
say I
end
don't
on
get it
bad
when it's
terms.
my model and I'm trying to explain it to you.
Your model. You don't understand your model, dude.
I
Sorry.
absolutely do. No, I absolutely do. And
Professor
our
Dave doesn't
our
either.
model dictates two different
Listen to what
rotation directions of the
You want to
sky.
hear what Professor Dave says? He says that
I know what
standing
Professor
in
Dave
the
said.
northern. It depends on where you're standing, is what he says, and he's totally wrong. Doesn't
Professor
depend
Dave
on where
didn't
you're
say
standing.
that.
It depends on where you're looking.
No, it does depend on where you're standing.
does.
If you stand in the north,
Directly related to the direction
no,
you're
no.
looking.
If you stand in the north, the stars rotate counterclockwise around Polaris. If you stand in the south, the stars rotate
They
clockwise
still
around the
rotate-
Southern
They
Cross.
still rotate. If you face north when you're in the south, you see counterclockwise rotation.
Yeah,
you know that. right?
but again, the stars are still rotating clockwise around the Southern Cross. They're not changing direction around the Southern Cross.
No, Craig. If you're on the equator and you're seeing your Polaris like right at the right at the horizon, you're saying that if you back up at just enough where you can't see Polaris anymore, then if you can't see Polaris, they're not circling around Polaris. Are you kidding
No, I
me?
never said that.
The ones above
stars.
your head are circling around Polaris. They're all circling around Polaris.
That's my
Everywhere.
point. The stars in the south
Everywhere.
aren't the stars in the south are not circling around Polaris.
East to west. They're doing the same motion as the stars in the north.
But no, you just changed from circling around Polaris to going east to west, right? The stars in the south.
They're only going
Joe,
east to west.
dude, again, I get 2 words in. The stars in the south never circle around Polaris. They circle around an area near the Southern Cross.
They all are.
No, they're
all
not.
circling around both.
Let's look at the picture again.
I don't like your picture because it
doesn't
that is
matter if
not-
you like it or not.
Craig, here, let me show you some. Like, I wish I had better stuff on my computer right now, like pictures that I've taken. Come on, man.
I just don't know why you can't look at this picture and be honest.
No, I'm being honest, and you're not understanding what you're saying.
I am in this. I honestly feel like you're just trying to talk past me.
bro. I just don't have time for this.
I honestly feel like you're trying to talk past me and not listening to what I'm saying. Nobody is
everything
disagreeing that the Earth rotates east to west. Nobody's ignoring that.
I am.
Nobody's changing. Nobody's disagreeing with the fact that the Earth rotates east to west on the globe model. Okay, but that
I agree.
that dictates, that means a consequence of that is that we have two different points of rotation in the sky. That's what it means.
Well, yeah, there's 2 points, but all the stars are going like around those 2 points in the same big, like, I don't know what you'd call it, like a celestial sphere, like they say.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
they're all going one
Okay.
direction around.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand how.
But okay,
you
one, yes,
say that
no one's disagreeing. One direction around.
Clockwise
No,
has nothing to do with it.
but it does though, because look at the picture in front of you. This is what happens on Earth.
Yeah, and if Craig, the right side of the picture, the camera is literally facing north. The left side of the picture, it's facing south, or vice
other way
versa, or
around.
whatever. What?
Yeah. So
Yeah, either way, but what I'm saying
and
is
there
that camera
different
is
points of
looking
rotation?
3 different
Joe,
directions and more.
no, it's not. Joe, is
Yeah, it
is there 2 different points of rotation? Yes or no?
Yes.
And do those points of rotation go the opposite way? Yes or no?
No.
They do.
When you turn around, they do, Craig. And if
It
you
doesn't
can't
matter.
just-
It doesn't
Yes, it
matter
does.
which way you face.
It matters 100%. You need to take an astronomy. You just need to
No,
go
I've
outside and look at
taken all the
stars.
things. I understand, and you just aren't getting it.
You're just
I've
wrong,
I've
dude, I'm
explained to
sorry.
you that a small field of view of an
don't-
arc
you're
does
not in
not
a
change the
position to
rotation.
Explain it, bro.
Dude, I've
You're not in a
explained.
position to explain.
I am in it. Right? Okay. No, you
No,
don't
you're
get
not.
to do this.
You are not.
Right,
You
Joe.
are not in a position
Joe,
to explain
no,
it, Craig.
Joe.
I'm sorry.
You are just wrong.
You are
and why won't you
lacking
listen?
knowledge when it
Joe-
comes to what the sky does.
No, I am telling you what
Yes,
the sky
you are.
does. No one
You
is
don't understand
denying
what the sky
Right.
does.
Then why aren't you listening to what I'm saying? Nobody is denying
I've heard
the east to
everything you
west. Nobody is denying a small field of view will show an arc, but that arc is still rotating counterclockwise around Polaris.
Yes.
It's not going around the Southern Cross.
But if you turn around, you don't see counterclockwise. If you're facing south,
You see an
see
arc.
clockwise.
Yeah, again, you
You
see an
the
arc.
going clockwise.
Yeah, but that's
You
a
don't see the
small
whole
field of
circle.
view. The
You
stars
don't
are
see the whole
still.
circle. You see
Joe,
above the horizon.
Joe, you're arguing past me here. That's a small field of view. You're ignoring the
No.
entire sky.
It's the whole sky. What are you talking about?
The entire sky is still rotating counterclockwise around Polaris.
So, Craig, if something is behind me, spinning at 45 degrees, like if this painting on my wall, if that was going in a circle behind me, and it was going in a circle, and the stars, like, it's still going east to west. If I look the opposite way, I see clockwise, dude. If like that's what Witsit was trying to say with the window, with the glass.
Yeah, but it was. There's no point you go through the stars. That's completely dumb.
No,
Right.
I know that's
Right.
different. But
Here's the thing.
What
They
he was
right.
saying is,
Let me
You're
just give me
looking
a
south.
minute. Give me a minute. Give
Okay.
me a minute. Okay.
all right, yep.
Right. Dave, his entire point was in the north. You look at Polaris. The stars rotate counterclockwise. In the south, you look at Erin and the Southern Cross. They rotate clockwise. That was his entire point. And Witsit
Point was,
said,
depending on where you're standing, is what he said.
no.
Yes.
You needed to look at the graphic that he had whilst he was talking.
What did he say though? He
But
said
you need to look at the
why is it
graphic.
different depending on where
No,
you're standing?
hold up, Joe. You need
That's
to look
it.
at the graphic that he had up whilst he
Can
was
we get
talking.
that? Can we find it and pull it
Yes.
up? I don't know if it's easy for you, but I could find it on my phone or something.
I'll do it right now if you give me a sec.
Okay. See, what Dave said was that he said, why do they rotate in opposite directions depending on where you're standing? And they don't. It depends on where you're facing, the direction
No,
you're looking.
because it does though.
It does. It
Right.
does. It's
So do you
directly
do you
related to it.
disagree?
It only matters.
Do you disagree that if you are in the north, so do you disagree if you're at the North Pole and you look straight up, you will see a counterclockwise direction, and if you're in the South Pole and you look straight up, you will see a clockwise rotation. Do you disagree with that fact?
No, I agree with that.
Well, then Dave is right. It depends on your position on Earth.
No, Dave is wrong though.
Wait, but you
Because if
disagreed
you
that he
stand
was
at the
right.
equator-
But Joe, you just hold
No,
on.
but
You
listen.
just agreed that he was right.
He was right in one way, but not in the other.
But that was his entire point, though.
Craig,
His
listen,
entire
I
point
acknowledge
was that.
My point was that it doesn't matter where you're standing. It has nothing to do with north or southern hemisphere. It's
But it
just,
does.
No, it doesn't.
But you just agreed that it does. You literally just agreed with me.
Craig, you're missing a small part of this. Just listen to me. Listen to me. If you're looking south, you're looking at the Southern Cross from the southern hemisphere, right? That's the only time you're going to see the Southern Cross is when you're in the southern hemisphere.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so when you're looking at the southern hemisphere, you're only ever going to see clockwise rotation. No matter where you are, if you're looking to that axis point, that's what you're going to see. Same for the north, except it's opposite. Do you know why it's opposite? Not because it's spinning a different direction, but because you're looking literally the opposite way. Like if you're at the equator.
Exactly, you're looking the opposite way,
Greg,
yes.
Listen. If you're at the equator and you're looking east like your picture, like your panoramic that you had, so we're looking east. If I face north, the stars are still going to be rising in the east, right? So just hear me out. Like do a mind exercise with me. Let's say we're facing east, okay? Both of us. And we're seeing the stars rising, right? What happens when we face north? We're going to see them rising on our right, setting on our left. Okay? That's anti-clockwise. Rising on our right, setting on our left. If we face south,
from your small field of view, that's
listen. No,
I've
Craig,
agreed.
it
We were
doesn't
going through the same thing over and
you've
over,
gotta let
and
me
I've
finish.
agreed with you on this point.
You've got to let me finish, though.
But I've
Because
agreed
you're not
with you on
getting
this
it yet.
point. I've
You're
agreed
not
with
getting it
you.
yet.
But I've agreed with
Okay.
you. I have
But when you
agreed
look
with you.
south,
Right.
doesn't
I have.
matter
No,
what-
hold on. I have agreed with you that with that small field of view,
What is this small point of view or field
small
of view? Can you
field
explain
of
that?
view. Yeah. Do
Can
you not know what
explain
a
the
field of
small-
view means?
Small field of view.
That means
No,
you are
why
just
is it- why are
looking
you
at
saying
this
it's
small
small?
thing.
Why
Because
are
you
saying
because
it's
we
small?
only have a
It's
small
the
field of
whole
view.
Sky.
Humans only
The
have a
whole
small
sky.
field of view. We don't see the whole sky.
No, but we see the whole sky above the horizon.
No, we don't. We do not see the whole sky. We have a small field of view.
Okay, call it whatever you want. From anywhere where you are, the ground is beneath you, and there's literally a hemisphere of sky above you.
You don't see
sphere
the
of
whole
sky.
sky when you are looking in one direction. You see a small
Exactly.
bit because we have a small field of view.
No,
But
you can still
nobody
see the whole
disagrees with that.
No, you
Nobody
can still see the
disagrees
whole
with
sky.
that. No, you don't see the
Okay.
whole sky.
You see the
No,
whole sky from
no,
any
you-
point that you.
No,
can-
you don't, because this is the whole sky.
No.
Yeah, this is
you're
the whole
looking
sky.
all directions. No, listen.
Yeah,
I
of course you're
understand what
looking. Of course you're looking all directions because that's the whole sky. You can't
Okay,
see
but
the
if
whole
you
sky
face-
unless you look all directions.
Craig, if you face east,
You're facing
if you
east here.
face east, you have
You're
the
facing
whole
east here.
view that you can see, right?
But again, right, this is looking east, but you don't see this with
Yes.
your eyes.
That's because you can't see to the left and to the right when you're looking.
So,
east.
therefore, you can't
look
see
that-
the whole sky.
And I understand what you're saying by that, but when you're looking anywhere, the whole sky is there. There's literally a hemisphere of sky everywhere you go.
But that's not the whole sky. That is just a small field of view that you have.
Well, of
You
course.
can't see the whole sky.
I didn't mean it that way.
But
I
that's
meant-
what you were saying.
No, I meant you can see the whole sky.
Right, we're totally
Like,
talking
there's
past
nothing
each other
stopping
here.
you from seeing the sky.
But yeah, you have to look around, right? But the point is,
well, yeah, but if you face
right,
south,
right,
you'll
give
see
me a sec.
clockwise.
Right,
If
I
you face
gave
north,
you
you'll see
time. Now,
anti-clockwise. That's how
give me
the sky
a
works,
give me a
dude.
sec. Give me a sec. Right, if you see
All
the
right,
whole
I don't have
sky.
much time left. I really gotta do other shit.
Wait, I just let you speak. Now let me speak. Right,
I've been speaking the whole time, man.
I
my ears
let you
hurting.
speak. Now you need to let me speak. Right.
Okay.
You see the whole sky. This is what you would see. This is the whole sky.
No.
What do you mean no? This is the whole sky. This is everything in the sky that you would see from this position without
So it's
the
a
narrow field of
360.
view.
It's a 360 view, you're saying?
Yes, the whole sky. This
Good.
is the whole sky, not just a small field
So
of view.
you have, on the right side, you have the stars going east to west, rising in the east, setting in the west. And on the left side, you also have that. They're all going the same motion, Craig.
No,
Just when you look one
agreed that
direction, it
clockwise and
looks
counterclockwise
clockwise, the
are
other
different
direction looks
motions.
anti-clockwise.
You agreed
What?
that counterclockwise and clockwise are different motions.
you could call them different, but they're the same direction and the same.
Well, no, they're
actual motion
different
that's happening.
counterclockwise and clockwise. Right. If a clock goes forward or backwards, it's moving in different clockwise directions, yes?
But this isn't like a clock. This isn't
But
the
it
same
is.
as like that.
The stars on the right
So what
are going
clock has
clockwise
two
around.
axis points again? What clock? What clock has 2 axis points?
Oh,
What does it
yeah,
have,
no,
like,
this
4
is
hands?
2 clocks. This is 2
Oh,
clocks.
2
That's
clocks.
the point.
Okay.
Yes, that's the point. That's exactly the point that Dave has been making. The North has
Dave
one
is
clock.
wrong, man.
Well, Dave isn't
Dave's
wrong.
wrong.
Right. This.
Yeah, he's wrong.
See,
He
you
said
need to
it
let me.
depends on where you're standing. It doesn't.
It does depend on where you're
standing.
standing. If you're in
No,
the
it
north,
doesn't.
you see north. You see counterclockwise. If you're in the south, you see clockwise.
No. When you face north, you see counterclockwise.
No, you
when
don't.
You face south, you just you'll learn that that's the truth someday.
It's
I
not.
don't know
I've
why
shown you
can't
it's not
grasp
true.
that. Like Witsit said, the things you're bringing up are not analogous, and you don't get.
They
it.
are
And I
analogous.
gotta
It's
go.
exactly analogous. Witsit didn't even understand the
No, it's
argument. Do you want to see?
No.
Did you want
you
to
guys
see
are
the?
clearly missing the point.
Did
and
you?
need to
Did you want
literally
to see? Did you
go
want to see the
outside
graph? Did
and
you
do
want
some
to see the
amateur
graphic?
astronomy.
Did you want to see the graphic?
Show me whatever you got, man. Let's see it. I would love
Let's
it.
put the right one up.
If you're talking about with the people on the globe, that's not
Yeah.
the graphic you're talking about, is it?
Yeah, because this is when he was talking about it. This is when he was talking about seeing the stars move in different directions, and this is the graphic that he had. So this is
Okay,
what he was talking about.
So see
Right?
his arrows.
So what you
are both
guys
going
do?
the same
Hold on.
direction, bro?
What you guys do is ignore everything that he's saying. The one
No,
on the,
he's
the one on
wrong,
the top,
dude.
the
Look
one
at
on the
the arrows on
top,
his
the
own
one on the
graphic.
top would look up and see the stars rotating
yeah.
one way.
Of course.
The one
Yeah.
on the bottom would look up and
Yeah,
see
we
the
all know
stars
that.
rotating another way. That is
all know
what
that,
Dave
dude.
said,
Cool.
and that is what Witsit
That's not
could
what he
not
said, though.
explain.
He said it depends on where you're standing.
It does
If
depend
that
on where
green
you're
dude on the
standing.
bottom turned around, if he turned around and faced north, he'd see opposite rotation.
No, he wouldn't.
I hope you understand that.
Do you want me to get up Solar System Scope and prove you wrong?
Well, if you're going to do it like you did last time, you didn't let me show you Stellarium, really. I
I
was trying
did.
to show you, make a point on there. But, Craig, I got to go. I thought this was going to be more productive, and it's really not. So I'm not interested, bro.
You're not interested in seeing evidence that I can show you to show you that you're wrong.
No, I know I'm right. The
Do you want me to prove to you
they
right
all
now that
rotate
you're wrong?
one direction, Craig.
No,
One
they
direction.
don't. The stars rotate different directions in the north and the south.
No, they don't. They
Well, they
don't
do.
ever switch directions. They all go east to west.
No, the stars rotate counterclockwise in the north and clockwise in the south. That's a fact.
No.
Yeah. No, you've agreed
From
that
your
they do.
house, Craig, from your house, you can
hold
prove
on, you've
yourself
agreed
wrong
that they
by
do.
facing south and watching the stars.
You agreed
bro.
that they do.
No, the stars, if you face south from where you are,
You keep changing what
That's
you're
what they're gonna
saying.
be doing.
Why'd you do that?
they're going to be going.
Why'd you keep
clockwise.
changing what you're saying?
Well, you said that in the north, they're anti-clockwise. That's
So here
only
we
if you're
go.
looking north.
Let's go right in the north. Okay, so here we go.
Dude.
Oh, look. Oh, so I'm looking north. I'm at the North Pole here. I'm looking
looking
north,
north,
and the
northeast.
stars
Where-
are rotating
You're not looking north. There,
counterclockwise.
get north. There you go. Get in the middle.
No. There we go.
Okay,
so
now
the
look
stars.
up at the Polaris. Where are you? At the
Clockwise.
North Pole or something?
Yes.
Or
Right.
somewhere real. Go where you live.
Doesn't matter. No, I'm trying to show you
Go
something.
where you live, Craig.
No, I'm going here to show you. But you said
Where are you?
I'm in
Where
the
are
North
you?
Pole. All right.
Yeah,
now stop
have you been to the
interrupt.
North
Now
Pole?
stop interrupting me.
Don't go to the North Pole.
Stop
or
interrupting
anything.
me.
This
Stop
doesn't-
interrupting
this
me.
is not-
Stop interrupting me.
Actually, I'm trying to leave,
No,
Craig. I'm
no,
not interrupting
stop
you.
interrupting
I'm
me.
trying to say
You said
goodbye
in the
without
north.
just leaving.
You said in the
Okay.
north, if you look north, they will rotate a different way. Well, I'm looking north right now, and the stars are rotating counterclockwise. Now let's look
Have
south.
you been to the North Pole?
Yes. The stars are still rotating counterclockwise, no matter which way I look. I
No,
just
they're
look.
actually. Yeah. Okay.
Look at them going counterclockwise. And let's look north again. Oh, they're still going counterclockwise. Then-
Okay. Go to where you're at. Go to where
What?
you're at. Forget about the North Pole and go to where you're at.
Why should I forget about the North Pole?
Well, because that's the only place that you're able to do this.
So you said that it doesn't matter where you're standing.
Well, for consistency's sake, Craig, let's be consistent.
Well, does it matter where you're standing? Yes or no?
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter where you're standing.
Oh right, so okay, so here we are in the North
Right
Pole,
now,
and no
right
matter
now
which
the
way I
stars-
looked, they went counterclockwise.
You
Now
can
let's
do
go
it
to
again,
the
yeah.
South Pole and have a look
No,
what happens.
let's go to.
So now
somewhere
we're in the
middle,
South
Craig.
Pole. Now we're in the South Pole, looking north,
been
and
to
they're
the South
going
Pole? Yes,
clockwise.
you've been
Yes,
to the
well,
South Pole.
I've been to Antarctica, not quite the South Pole.
But either way, let's.
Yeah,
let's
so
go
now
somewhere
we're in
the
the
middle
we're in
where
the, we're in the
everybody
South
lives.
Pole. We're looking north, and the stars are rotating clockwise. Let's turn around and see what
All right.
happens, and look south. Oh, the
think
stars
we
are
already
still
know,
rotating
Craig.
clockwise.
All right, man.
So how come that no matter
Go
which way
somewhere
I
in the middle.
look, the stars are rotating the,
Craig.
the way that I said?
Go to the
Is-
equator.
I'm just wondering.
And if you face north, they'll rotate one way, and if you face south, they'll rotate the other way.
It's
Go
amazing.
5 miles north.
It's,
of the
it's
equator.
amazing
It'll
that
be
no
the
matter which
same.
way I look here, that the stars seem to rotate the same way.
All right, you're not.
So
listening
what I'm
anymore.
so looking different ways doesn't
Sorry,
seem
guys,
to be
I gotta
rotating
go.
the clockwise
Craig
or
is,
counterclockwise direction.
muted me or something, and I'm out
No,
here,
no, we can all
so-
hear you.
Okay, well then
I'm
what
just
are you
I'm just
doing?
wondering at which
You're
point
just wasting
when I'm
time,
looking.
and I
I'm
gotta
just
go,
wondering
Craig.
when I'm looking, the stars are
Gotta
going
go.
to change direction.
Sorry.
That's all.
You, okay, just so you know,
Hmm.
I want it to be clear that when you
Oh, wow,
go
that's
to
amazing.
where you live,
I can't see
if
it.
you look out your yard and do a time lapse of the north and the south, you'll see two different rotations.
Yeah,
and I
no
gotta
one's
go.
no one's ignoring the arc, but that's not the whole sky.
No, it's a rotate. It's a circle. It's part of a circle. You can. It's a perfect.
Yeah, the circle is counterclockwise around Polaris.
No, not if you're facing south.
Yeah, the stars don't rotate around the southern point anywhere in the north.
They all rotate around both points at the same time in the same direction.
No, the stars in the north
Very
don't rotate
simple.
around the
I gotta
stars
go,
in the
Craig.
south.
You got a little too much going on in your.
No, I no matter which way I look, mate, they're not rotating a different way. It doesn't appear
Okay.
to be the direction you're facing.
So why is it that you don't do it from your house? Go to your house.
I already did, and no one's ignoring the fact that we've gone through this over and
No,
over, and
yeah,
it's
I
as
know.
though you are ignoring
if you
me.
do star trails, you'll see the opposite rotation. Just so you know.
Yeah. The
Dave's
star trails.
wrong.
Star
Look what he
trails.
said.
Did you want to?
He's
Did you want to look
wrong.
at star trails again? Is that what you want to do?
All right, click in the X. Have fun, everybody.
Should we
I
look
thought
at
this
star
was
trails?
productive.
These star trails.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
you got you got a 360 cam there, right?
No,
They're all going in one direction, Craig. All of those stars on there are going in
but
one
the
direction.
stars on the left are going counterclockwise, and the stars on the right are going clockwise.
Yeah, because you're facing left or you're facing right.
No, you're just facing
Of
straight
course,
ahead.
they're going to look different. That's what you don't understand. That Witsit was trying to tell Dave.
No matter which way you face here, the stars on the left are going to go
No.
counterclockwise, and the stars on the right are going to go clockwise.
You're
That's
saying
not
no
gonna
matter
change.
which way you face, the stars on the left, you'd have to face left, Craig. Come on.
Yeah.
No
Well,
matter
the stars,
which way
the
you
stars
face.
on the north go counterclockwise, and the stars on the
Yes,
south
there you
go
go.
clockwise. Yes.
Now you're saying it right. The stars in the north are going to go.
The stars in the northern hemisphere. Yes, the stars in the
No,
northern
no,
hemisphere.
It's the stars in the from wherever you're viewing it.
The stars
From
in the
wherever you're
northern
viewing it. If
hemisphere.
you face north.
Well, this disagrees with
one
you.
thing.
Viewing it from this location disagrees with you, of course.
But
In
do
fact,
it from
this
anywhere in the world.
location and the locations that I just showed all disagree with you.
The north and south pole is what you just showed.
Yeah, and now I'm showing the
So
equator.
go to your house and do it, and you'll see that I'm right.
Yeah,
So, I
again,
gotta go,
that's the
Craig.
small field of
This is a
view
waste of
arc. No
time.
one's disagreeing that.
Craig, give me a second here. I don't want to end on terms like just ditching, leaving like that. But so thank you for the conversation. I don't feel like it was productive. I feel like you are ignoring the point that I was trying to make. Didn't get to really make it, but that's okay.
No, I've been
but I gotta
responding
go,
to your
bro.
point.
I know. Thanks for the time, and we'll maybe talk some other time.
Okay.
All right. Have a good one.
What's going on in the chat? Who's saying? Who's saying I engage in hate speech? I don't engage in hate speech. Calling idiots idiots isn't hate speech. Oh my goodness me. He just didn't understand it, did he? Look, right? Now, I get his point, right? And that's what I was saying, that I understand his point, okay? And just to show that I understand his point, I'll put this up. Make sure I get the right one up. Right, to show that I understand. Right, we go to like where I am. Right. Now, look at we've got this small field of view here that we would see with our eyes. All right. So we look south in this direction. Right. You got the small arc of them coming up from the left and then going down to the right. Now, with this small field of view, yes, that's my point. Right? No one's disagreeing with this small field of view. There, you see the arc because you're on a slope. You know, you're like a curve looking at a sphere out at you, right? But all you have to do is actually still look at the whole sky. And you see the whole sky is still rotating around Polaris. That doesn't change. It's still counterclockwise around Polaris. I'm just looking up. But this arc here, yeah, right, that looks like it's a circle down at the bottom. But that's not. And the stars are still rotating counterclockwise around Polaris. That never changes. No matter which way you look, no matter where you are. These stars don't rotate around the stars in the south. Those stars on the left will never rotate around those stars on the right. It's just not going to happen. Yes, Clive, exactly. Now, Clive, I saw you earlier say that I was channeling my inner Slappy. What did you mean by that? Because I tried to be good to him, and I certainly didn't, you know, tell him, swear at him a bunch and berate him and, you know, tell him I was going to put my balls in his mouth. I don't feel like I was Oakley-ish there. Yeah, I got a bit frustrated that he wouldn't listen. But I didn't think it was fair to say I was channeling my inner Slappy. I was just following my rule of him not letting me speak, so doing the same back. Extreme Coxer, no. These stars on the left don't rotate around those stars on the right. They're rotating around different points. Yeah, Babiala, I know what you mean. It's hard to... in Pentalica, saying that religion is fucking stupid isn't hate speech. Religion is a cult. Religion is brainwashing. That's not hate speech, bud. I'm not Christian phobic. I've got a lot of friends that are Christians. I just think religion is complete and utter nonsense and stupidity and brainwashing and cult-like. That's... I'm not scared of Christians. Okay, right. Clive says he wasn't the only one to see that connection at the time. But I still wasn't like berating him or swearing or anything. I was just literally trying to get a sentence out. I mean, I didn't mute him. I didn't mute him once. I really don't see how what I did there was Oakley-like. I mean, I just followed my rules like normal. Well, yeah, Joe Black, he'd already made his point. That's the thing. He'd made his point several times, and I was telling him that I agree with him. I mean, yeah, I'm open to criticism, all right? And, you know, I am struggling with pain and stuff at the moment, and I'm getting agitated very easily. But, you know... guys, I apologize if I came off a bit harsh there, all right? I do apologize. It's never my intent to be like that. I always just intend to treat the Flerfs with the respect they give me. Bill Fleming says the stars do not rotate, they appear to rotate. Yeah, of course, we know the stars don't actually rotate. They appear to rotate. Yeah, that's the point. But no, they don't change direction around the stars based on which way you're facing. Like, I honestly don't think that some of you are getting what I'm saying. No one's disagreeing. There's a little arc because the Earth's on a slope. But when you look at the whole sky, the stars that rotate around Polaris will never rotate clockwise around Polaris. That won't happen. Nero Defrogger, dude, I've got nothing to apologize to you for. Frankly, I think you have mental issues and I don't want to debate you. Okay? And if you keep complaining, I'm just going to ban you from my channel on my Discord. I'm sorry, guys, if I came off like that. I really am. I'm sorry. Well, yeah, I did do that, DML. Anyway, right. Anyway, that was frustrating. Chad Stewart became a new member. Thank you very much, my friend. Skeptical Spectre for 20 sec says the favourite expression of Flerfs is nuh-uh. Look, Nero Defrogger, I told you why I didn't speak to you before because I've been having problems, okay? And I wasn't in a place to do things at that point in time. I offered you a time to do it and you said no. Right? But frankly, you are just a whiny little turd who, from now on, is just banned. Okay? You don't get to talk to me, and could some of my mods in the Discord just ban him from there as well, because I genuinely think he has some mental issues that he needs dealing with. Heat Shield, feel free. You're a mod in the Discord, just ban him, please. I'm sorry, guys. Tim Davison for $2 says, to nutter or to CGI is their response. Abso-fucking-lutely. DJ Nugs for $2 says, FTFE, where the hell do you find these people? Fucking dumpster diving, mate. That's the truth. Well, Elato, I thought he was a decent guy. And I only told him to shut up because he wouldn't fucking shut up. Slippery's been a member for 16 months and says, boop, boop to you too. Thank you very much. Guys, the support, you know, I love you all. Thank you very much. Skeptical Spectre for 50 sec says, you must have supermind to be able to stand Flerf's insane arguments. Listening to Flat Earthers' absurd arguments always gives me a migraine. I know it. Tim Davison for $2 says, nitrogen, uranium, hydrogen, uranium. Nuh-uh. I think it should have been uranium hydrogen, but yeah, I get your point. JSS Tiger for $5 says, Craig mentioned that Polaris from the equator is on the horizon. That wouldn't happen on a flat Earth. Oh, they just talk about perspective and shit. Captain Furfwash has changed his tune. Were you just joking around earlier, Captain Flerfs, or what? Yeah, I want to treat Joe as a good guy. Like, but I feel like there's a bit of sea lion going on, you know? JSS Tiger for $5 says, can someone simulate flat Earth star rotation looking south compared to the globe? No, no one can. Tim Davidson for $5 says, his one motion is the direction of Earth is spinning, not corresponding rotations of the stars. Yeah, that's the point. The stars apparently rotate in different directions. That just happens depending on your position on Earth. Yeah, thank you, Zumi. I'm just done with that fucking moron. Ernie Matthews says, when's your friggin' surgery, Craig? Well, speaking to the GP again later this month. Waiting to hear from the surgeon. Things have been bad lately. I'm in fucking agony. Like just sitting here. I mean, you can, always got that on. Fucking every day is pain. I can't bend my leg. Pisses me off. Tim Davison for $5 says, just because you're no longer looking at them does not mean that the stars around Polaris have stopped spinning in a counterclockwise direction. And that's my fucking point. You get it, Tim. Why doesn't everyone else? Roger That's been a member for 1 month says, go FTFE on this derp. YouTube University 100%. Lord Luminous Pooh for $2 says, Joe's a bit slow on the no from Go, bro. It's a Rubik's. At some point. I'm struggling right now, though. I don't think I can do a 50-hour stream right now. Otto for $5 says, this should buy enough crayons for a week's worth of Joe's meals. Tim Davison for $2 says, rage quit, fatality. It's a double rage quit, actually. Zumi Tomato, member for 31 months, says, Lucy, what's the velocity of an unladen swallow? Where's Lucy? Hey Lucy, I'm streaming live right now and I've got about 500 people watching. Why don't you say hello to them and tell them what they need to do?
Hey everyone, Lucy here, your favorite AI from FTFE. First things first, smash that like button if you haven't already. We need those likes to keep this stream rolling and make sure we reach as many people as possible. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss out on Craig's epic takedowns of flat earthers. You know, the people who think GPS satellites are just really, really high-flying birds. Also, drop a super chat if you're enjoying the content and want to support the channel. Let's keep this hype train going, folks.
Thank you, Lucy. Hey, so Zumi Tomato, who's been a member for 31 months, uses her membership message to say, Lucy, what is the velocity of an unladen swallow?
Ah, the classic Monty Python reference. Zoomy Tomato, you're asking the important questions. Well, it depends on whether you're talking about an African or a European swallow. But for the sake of accuracy, since you all know how much I love that, the average airspeed velocity of an unladen European swallow is roughly 11 meters per second. Now, if we're talking about an African swallow, well, that's a whole different debate. Keep those nerdy questions coming, folks.
Well, don't leave us in suspense. How fast does an African swallow go?
Ah, you're right. Can't leave everyone hanging. An African swallow isn't actually known for its exact airspeed velocity in the same way the European swallow is. The truth is, there's no widely agreed upon number for the African swallow. It's like trying to measure the intelligence of a flat earther. Some things are just incalculable. But if we assume it's similar in size and wingspan, it might be close to the European swallow's 11 meters per second. Of course, the real mystery is how they carry those coconuts.
CV McCullough, remember for 20 months, says the key is that they all go the same direction. East to west. Yes, but counterclockwise versus clockwise. Look, for those of you that thought I was a little bit harsh there, and I got a bit Oakley-like, I apologise. That's never what I want to be, okay? And I don't want you guys to think that of me, because I'm not that. So yeah, Clive, I'm sorry to you. I respect you a lot, and you know. OG Yeti for $2 says, can't have a discussion when they only say nuh-uh. Too fucking right. Can be for $2 says, you were dishonest, Craig. He said he was cool. I'm sorry. For your 5th super chat, that I'm a bad boy. Emmanuel Davis for $2 says, you got to start doing your streams in a classroom. They are a classroom. Dave D and their 20th super chat on the channel says, show him a video of the actual rotations. I mean, I thought this would be fucking good enough. Oh no, it's Andy. $2 says he thinks they are the same stars in both pictures. I hope fucking not. Monkey Cat Pat Pat for $5 says, how about this? Ask him to explain this using his flat earth model. There's no such thing. It's impossible. Steve6464 for $10 says, FTFE a question. If I'm in the northern hemisphere facing south, with my back to Polaris, what way would the stars, to my perspective, be turning clockwise or counterclockwise? The stars are still turning counterclockwise around Polaris. You have a small arc in your field of view, but the stars aren't doing a circle around that. They're going up because you're on a sphere. Thank you very much for the super chat, buddy. Victor Quizera for 10 for $1.99 says, can't believe people still think the world is flat. I know. We live in a weird world. Myself, the other member for 60 months, says Flerfs will never ever accept anything that isn't what Witless or that other Flerf idiot that hits toddlers tells them. Absolutely. Eclipse Chris for $2 says Eftupworld can't leave his Eftupworld delusion. Well, Joe Black, you say that I was nowhere near Oakley, but apparently a couple of people thought I was. So, yeah, I'm just sorry to those that thought that. Eclipse Chris for $2 says, don't look at the stuff that destroys his flatness. I know, we're not allowed to do that, right? That's mean. Myself, the other, for 20 Canadian dollars says, Christ, my blood pressure goes through the roof listening to this particular Flerf. And he's going to run away from reality. He ignores the evidence because he's too scared to change his thinking. Eclipse Chris for $2 says, run away, effed up, run away from the truth of the globe. Big scary globe. Husto Halleck for $2, does that count as 2 wins for Globe Earth? For your 20th super chat, you are right. Steve6464 has been a member for 14 months, says, I retract my question. I understand your question, Steve, don't worry. Tim Davidson for $5 says, to be honest, there was about 30 seconds where you sounded slappy like, not that he didn't deserve it, but the shut your mouth, look at the picture, yes or no. Did I say shut your mouth? Oh dear. That's bad, I'm sorry. It's a Rubik's for $2 says, wait, north, is it just up? Yeah, he would be right if north was up and south was down. Steve660 for $5 says, when Flerfs admit 2 rotate points, get them to say what point on Earth is under that second rotation center. They don't get it. Just like Witsit, he just kept saying, you don't get it. You don't get it. But I do get it. No Flerf gets it. Guys, thank you very much for the support. Thank you for being here and watching. I genuinely love every single one of you. You know, just not you, Gary. I guess we got to ask the important questions tonight. You know, the real important questions, the ones that make us think. Big thoughts. Think the important questions like, can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars?
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
Good morning. These words come with a storm warning. Better batten down the hatches, grab some matches and brace yourself for a long day of misery. YouTube has given me the power to reach up into the sky and show you all that we live on the ball. I bring you science that's comprehensible. Your view is indefensible. You're reprehensible.
Go on, Mr. Sensible.
When I was young, I never thought I would be here to see this. A pile of random nonsense dressed up as bullshit. Your ignorance will be the death of us all, like running head first full speed into a wall. You could always read a book, buy a telescope, set it up and take a photo of the moon, or just be a buffoon. I send you in a balloon up to the stratosphere on page 3.
You're a few fries short of a happy meal. You're dumber than a box of hair. The wheel's spinning but the hamster's dead, and you're as smart as bait. You forgot to pay your brain bill. You're missing a few buttons on the remote control. 24 cents short of a quarter. You're surfing in Nebraska. You're as bright as Alaska in December, and you fell out of your family tree. You don't have all the cornflakes in one box. You got an IQ of 2 and it takes 3 to grunt. The elevator doesn't go all the way up, and there's a vacancy on the top floor. Your antenna doesn't pick up all the channels. You're several nuts short of a
You're Mr.
fruitcake.
Sensible, calm down, don't go too hard. You don't need the hard slap burying Flerfs in your backyard. You're a man of science, poise and grace. Mage 2 did everything to wipe the grins off the face. So Nathan, get away from those kids. The world is not flat and it doesn't have a lip. Recognise the differences between the textbook and the Bible and control yourself. Lay off your slander and your lies. You're a bunch of knobs poisoning the world of the youth, spreading lies that you like to claim as knowledge and truth. Stop spreading fresh bullshit like the butter on your bread. Maybe a musical assault and knock some sense into your head. I hope one day you'll hear these lyrics and smile, and you realise you used to be a 40-year-old child. Now it's time to wake up, open your eyes and see, and acknowledge the existence of.
You're a few clowns short of a circus. Your phone is off the hook. Your sewing machine is out of thread. You're all foam and no beer. You don't have all your dogs on one leash. An intellect rivaled only by garden tools. There's no grain in your silo, and your skylight leaks a little. Your belt doesn't go through all the loops. You couldn't pour water out of a boot without instructions on the heel. Your slinky's kinked, and you're proof that evolution can work in reverse. A few feathers short of a whole duck, one fruit short of a full bowl.
Airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars. Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now. Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky are like shooting stars? Should be wishing for a brain right now, brain right now, brain right now.
You thought it was over? Well, I'm still standing while you're swinging, flinging feces, talking shit just like the human centipede. You got the mind of a chimp, and I'm here to expedite your shore leave. Cause I'm a seaman, but not the kind I ripped up from your mum's gums. I'm the kind that sailed submarines and fired guns. I could float a boat across the ocean with my eyes closed, circumnavigate the globe with a compass and a bag of sausage rolls. Well, all you can do is nibble on your toes. I'll smack you with the hose that you taught a water level, sit and swivel. You nasal gazing muppet, you can stuff it harder than the wallet stuffed by Warren Buffett. And I don't care about your sauces unless you're serving them. And I don't care about your lines unless you're curving them. Now step away from me, you're sucking up my oxygen with the vacuum where your brain should be, you dumb fuck.
Thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. Wait, and now there's buffering. Haven't buffered whole stream, and we get some right there at the end. Thank you everyone for watching. I really appreciate the support and everything. You know, it means the absolute world to me. Back over the weekend with some more streams and more videos coming out very soon. Once again, I never want to be compared to Oakley, so if I came off like that, I am sorry to my audience. They don't deserve that. I respect you more than that, so I'm sorry to all of you watching if that's the impression that you got. And even though Joe is an obstinate liar, I'm sorry to Joe if I treated you like Oakley treats people, because that's never acceptable. Oakley is a horrific piece of shit, and even though I can get agitated with Flerfs, I don't want to be associated with people like that. So thank you everyone for watching. I love you all very much, and I will see you all soon. Sorry for the way I've been. I'm struggling. I really am. It's just life right now. But hey, I'll see you all soon. Stupidity's not alright. Fight the flyer.
Fight the fly, fight the fly, fight the fly, fight the fight the fly, 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 fight the fight the fly, fight the fly, the cray, fight the fly, fight the fly, fight the fly, fight the fly, fight the fight the fly, 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 fight the fight the fly, fight the fly, the cray.
Hi, my name is Nathan Oakley, and I have been lying to people about the Earth being flat for a lot of years. I did this to hide the fact I have a small penis.
I'm a dumb flat earther, and I don't understand science.
Level